You've probably heard it 1,000 times before. Just think positive, believe, and it will come. But here's the truth almost nobody tells you. The harder you try to manifest something, the more you push it away. That might sound backwards. It feels like effort should bring results. After all, that's what we're taught since childhood. Work harder, focus more, visualize longer, hustle until it happens. But in the quantum world, effort doesn't work the way you think. In fact, it often does the exact opposite. Let's start with something simple, the act of trying. When you're trying to manifest, what are you really saying to the universe? You're saying, I don't have it yet. Every single time you visualize with tension or hope or desperation, your vibration is anchored in lack. You're sending out the frequency of not having. And because reality mirrors your state of being, you keep manifesting more of that same absence. Think of it like tuning a radio. If you're dialed into the frequency of I want it, you'll never hear the song of I have it. The two stations don't overlap. Here's the paradox. Manifestation happens the moment you stop needing it to happen. It's the instant your nervous system stops chasing and starts allowing. That's when your energy aligns with the version of reality where what you want already exists. Let's explore this through a real story. A woman named Emma spent months trying to manifest a relationship. She visualized daily, wrote affirmations, made vision boards, all the techniques. But she was doing it from a place of longing. Every time she closed her eyes, she was silently saying, please let this happen soon. Weeks went by, then months. Nothing changed. One day she got tired. Tired of trying, tired of feeling like something was missing. So she stopped. She started focusing on her joy instead, traveling, painting, laughing with friends. She no longer needed a relationship to feel whole. And that's when it happened. Someone entered her life. Not because she forced it, but because she finally matched the vibration of love, rather than the vibration of waiting. That's the quantum field in motion. Quantum manifestation isn't magic, it's alignment. The universe doesn't respond to what you say you want, it responds to what you are. The quantum field, what scientists call the zero-point field, is an infinite sea of potential realities. Every possible version of you already exists there. The you who's wealthy, the you who's fulfilled, the you who's living your dream life. You don't create these realities, you tune into them. And tuning doesn't happen through struggle, it happens through resonance. Let's dive deeper. In quantum mechanics, observation shapes reality. When a particle is unobserved, it exists as a wave of infinite possibilities. The moment it's observed, it collapses into a single state, the one you're focused on. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs act like that observer. They collapse energy into form. But here's where people get it wrong. When your observation is clouded by attachment, when you're focused on the fear of it not happening, you're still observing, but you're collapsing into the wrong outcome. The key is detachment. Detachment doesn't mean apathy. It doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop resisting. You stop vibrating at, I need this, and start vibrating at, I am this. Imagine two people planting a seed. One checks the soil every hour, worried it's not growing. The other plants it, waters it, and trusts the process. Who gets the stronger tree? The second one, of course, because life unfolds naturally when you stop suffocating it with worry. That's how quantum manifestation works. The seed of intention is planted the moment you imagine it clearly. The soil is your subconscious mind. But growth only happens when you stop digging it up to see if it's sprouting. You can't force energy to move faster by staring at it. This is why so many people feel stuck. They believe they're doing everything right, visualizing, scripting, affirming, but they're doing it from tension. They're still trying. The universe doesn't speak English or any human language, it speaks vibration. And trying carries the vibration of separation. When you stop trying, you send a new message, I already am. That's when your outer world starts shifting to match your inner frequency. Now let's connect this to physics. Dr. Joe Dispenza often talks about the coherence signal. When your thoughts, emotions, and energy are aligned, your electromagnetic field becomes organized. You send a clear broadcast into the quantum field. But when you're conflicted, when your mind says, I believe, but your body feels, I'm scared, your signal becomes noisy. The universe doesn't know which version of you to respond to. Stopping the effort means clearing the noise. It's silence, stillness, a full body knowing that you don't have to chase what's already yours. And that's the paradox of power in this realm. The less you force, the faster it flows. Let me paint this with another metaphor. Picture a pond. When the surface is disturbed, you can't see your reflection clearly. But when it's calm, when the ripples fade, you see yourself perfectly. Manifestation is the same. The calmness of non-effort lets reality reflect your desired image. Here's something else to think about. Energy follows attention. Whatever you focus on expands. So when you keep focusing on the trying, the waiting, the why isn't it here yet, you expand that experience. You create more waiting, more lack, more trying. But when you focus on being, you shift dimensions. You step into the frequency of already having it, and reality must mirror that shift. It's not philosophy, it's physics. So here's a challenge for you. Pick something you've been trying to manifest for a long time. Then, stop. Stop doing the rituals. Stop checking signs. Stop overthinking. Instead, live as if it's already done. Feel the energy of completion in your body. Breathe it in. The universe doesn't need reminders. It already heard you the first time. Your job now is to become the receiver. Just like a radio doesn't chase the signal, it just tunes in. This is the secret no one tells you. Manifestation isn't about creation. It's about synchronization. When you stop trying, you stop blocking. You open the channel. You allow the quantum field to rearrange itself naturally around your new vibration. And that's when life begins to look effortless. Opportunities start appearing by coincidence. People show up at the right time. Situations align perfectly. But it's not coincidence. It's coherence. The universe is just matching your stillness. When you finally stop trying, the quantum field starts trying for you. So what actually happens in that moment when you stop trying? What changes in the universe, or more accurately in you, that suddenly allows everything to start working? It's simple but profound. Your energy shifts from seeking to being. When you stop trying, you stop vibrating it one day and start vibrating it now. And in quantum terms, now is the only moment that truly exists. The past and future are constructs of perception, illusions your mind creates to navigate linear time. But in the quantum field, everything, every possibility exists simultaneously in the eternal present. So when you release the effort, when you let go of needing it to happen, you collapse into the now version of that reality, the one that already contains what you desire. It's not about chasing what's next. It's about becoming what's already here. This is why trying feels exhausting. It's the act of fighting the flow of what is. It's resistance disguised as effort. And resistance is like static in a frequency band. It scrambles your signal to the field. Let's illustrate this. Imagine you're holding a magnet, trying to attract a metal object. But your hand is shaking. Your movements are erratic. Your focus scattered. The magnet's still magnetic, but the chaos in your motion prevents it from aligning with the object. That's what it's like when you try too hard to manifest. Your inner field becomes unstable, erratic, impatient. You're magnetic, but misaligned. Now imagine placing the magnet still, calm, unwavering. The object moves toward it naturally. That's the stillness of non-trying. The universe isn't persuaded by force. It's invited by resonance. Here's where neuroscience meets mysticism. Inside your brain is a structure called the reticular activating system, or RACE. It filters what you perceive from the millions of signals around you every second. When you decide something is important, your RACE starts spotting it everywhere. You buy a new car, and suddenly, you see that same model on every street. The same thing happens when you shift your energetic focus. The moment you embody the version of you who already has what you want, your RAS begins aligning your perception with that reality. You start seeing opportunities, people, and coincidences that were invisible before. But none of that can happen when your energy is locked in trying. Because the RAS doesn't respond to desperation, it responds to identity. So instead of thinking, how can I make this happen? Ask, who would I be if this were already true? And then be that person, now. That's how quantum manifestation actually works. It's not a chase, it's a remembrance. You're remembering your potential timeline and stepping into it consciously. You see, in the quantum field, infinite versions of you already exist. Each version vibrates at a different frequency based on thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. You don't need to build a bridge to the version that has what you want. You just need to tune to it. And tuning happens when you let go of effort. Let's return to Emma's story. Months after she stopped trying to manifest love, she met someone at a random event. No rituals, no planning, just flow. But what's interesting is that the person she met matched the exact qualities she'd once visualized. How? Because those qualities were never external. They were reflections of the vibration she had finally embodied. The moment she stopped needing love to feel complete, she became love, and love mirrored itself back through another human being. This is the deeper truth of manifestation. Everything you desire is a mirror of who you're ready to be. That's why trying keeps it away, because trying says, I'm not it yet. When you're desperate for abundance, it means you're embodying scarcity. When you're desperate for love, you're embodying loneliness. When you're desperate for purpose, you're embodying confusion. But when you stop trying, you're no longer acting from lack, you're acting from wholeness. And wholeness magnetizes everything that matches it. Let's zoom out even more. In Eastern philosophy, this principle is called Wu Wei, the art of effortless action. It's not laziness, it's aligned flow. It means moving in harmony with the natural order, where effort and ease merge into one. When you stop forcing outcomes, you become like water, adaptable, powerful, unstoppable. Water doesn't try to flow downhill, it just does. It follows gravity, the universal intelligence already guiding it. In the same way, your desires have a gravitational pull toward their fulfillment. They are not random thoughts, they are quantum signatures of the timeline you're meant to experience. But you block their pull when you interfere with effort. Here's the hidden beauty of surrender. It's not giving up, it's giving in. You're aligning with the rhythm that's been there all along. So, how do you stop trying without falling into passivity? It's about shifting from control to creation. Control is fear-based. It says, I must manage every detail or it won't happen. Creation is trust-based. It says, I'll take inspired action, but I trust the unfolding. That difference changes everything. Trying to manifest is like paddling a boat upstream. It drains you, it's frustrating, it's slow. But surrender is like turning the boat and letting the current carry you. You're still moving, but now with grace, not strain. And this is the irony of it all. When you stop trying, you actually start manifesting faster. Because you're no longer in the way. You're allowing coherence to build between thought and emotion, between vibration and reality. Think of your desires as signals already sent out into the quantum field. The delivery is guaranteed, but every time you try again, you're sending a new signal that cancels the old one. It's like placing an online order and then constantly changing your address. The package can't find you. The universe isn't ignoring you, it just doesn't know where to deliver. So your job is not to try harder, but to become still enough for the delivery to arrive. To know, not to hope, to be, not to beg. Because when you are certain, reality rearranges. And if you've ever wondered why miracles seem to happen when people give up, that's why. They stop interfering, their energy softens, their vibration stabilizes, and in that softness the field finally responds. It's not the giving up that makes it work, it's the release of resistance. The moment you say, I'm done chasing, the universe whispers back, finally, and suddenly everything begins to click. The synchronicities, the coincidences, the perfect timing, they were all waiting behind the dam of your effort. And when you let go, the floodgates open. Now the question becomes, how do you live from that place every day? How do you train your body and mind to stop defaulting to effort and control, and instead operate from effortless alignment? That's where most people stumble. Not because it's hard, but because it requires trust deeper than logic can comprehend. Trust that you are already connected to everything you seek. That's what we'll uncover next. So let's talk about living this truth, not just understanding it intellectually, but embodying it so deeply that it becomes who you are. Because knowing the theory of non-trying is one thing, living it, breathing it, trusting it when things don't seem to be working. That's the real mastery. And that mastery begins with awareness. Every moment you feel the urge to make it happen, pause, feel the tension in your body, that subtle tightening in your chest, the shallow breath, the racing thought that says, what if it doesn't come? That is your signal, your cue that you've stepped out of alignment and back into effort. Awareness breaks the cycle. The moment you notice, you're no longer unconsciously trying, you're consciously observing. And observation is power. Remember, observation collapses the quantum wave into form. When you observe your own energy with presence, without judgment, you begin to shift it. You don't need to fix it, you just need to see it clearly, because the light of awareness is transformation. Next, replace effort with embodiment. Ask yourself, if this manifestation were already done, how would I feel right now? Then feel that without needing proof, without the evidence. just the frequency. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. It only knows vibration. When you feel abundance, the body emits the electromagnetic signature of abundance. When you feel love, you broadcast love. That's the language the quantum field understands. But here's the catch. You can't fake it. You can't pretend to feel good just to get something. That's still trying. That's still control. True embodiment means letting go of needing it to change anything. It's the joy of the vibration itself. You feel love because love is who you are. You feel abundance because it's your natural state. That's when you're finally aligned. It's like tuning an instrument. If a string is too tight, it's out of tune. Too loose. Same problem. The sweet spot, the resonance, is right in between. Your energy works the same way. Trying tightens it. Apathy loosens it. Surrender, effortless awareness, tunes it perfectly. Now, some people hear this and think, but if I stop trying, won't I just sit around and do nothing? Not at all. You'll still take action, but it will be inspired action, not forced action. Forced action feels like pushing a boulder uphill. Inspired action feels like being carried by a wave. One drains you, the other energizes you. The difference is vibrational. When you stop trying, the mind quiets down enough for intuition to speak. That whisper, that sudden idea, that nudge, that coincidence, is the universe guiding you. It's the current showing you the next step. Follow that, and everything unfolds in perfect rhythm. You might notice that when you stop efforting, life doesn't actually slow down. It speeds up, but in a peaceful way. Things align faster because you're not creating resistance. It's like removing friction from a system. The flow becomes smoother, faster, quieter. And that's when manifestation begins to look like magic. Even though it's not magic at all, it's physics. Consciousness directing energy through resonance. Let's go even deeper. Quantum manifestation isn't something you do, it's something you remember. You are not learning how to manifest. You're remembering that you already are the manifestation. You are consciousness experiencing itself as a human being. The same intelligence that grows trees, moves tides, and births galaxies flows through you. You've never been separate from it. Trying is simply forgetting. When you stop trying, you remember that everything is already connected. You, your desires, the universe. One continuous field of energy. And once you remember, effort becomes unnecessary. It's like waking up from a dream where you were searching for a treasure, only to realize you've been holding it the entire time. Now, imagine living your life from that awareness. You wake up in the morning not with anxiety about what's missing, but with gratitude for what already is. You move through your day trusting that every step, every delay, every meeting, every silence is part of your unfolding. And suddenly, life becomes light. You smile more. Opportunities appear effortlessly. People feel your peace. Because peace is magnetic. That's the vibration that bends reality. Because the moment you stop chasing, you become the thing that's chased. The moment you stop forcing, life starts flowing toward you. And if you ever doubt it, just look at nature. The sun never tries to shine. It just does. Flowers don't struggle to bloom. They just open when the season is right. Rivers don't question their path. They simply flow. And yet, everything in nature is abundant, harmonious, complete. You are part of that same intelligence. Trying is the human mind's illusion of separation. The belief that you must fight to receive what's already yours. But the truth is, the universe has been conspiring with you since the moment you desired it. Desire is not a request. It's a signal. A memory from your higher self reminding you of the timeline that already exists. When you stop trying, you align with that memory. And that's when you realize something incredible. Manifestation isn't about pulling something toward you. It's about revealing what's already here. You're not manifesting wealth. You're uncovering the version of you that already knows how to receive it. You're not manifesting love. You're remembering the vibration of unconditional connection that's never left you. You're not manifesting peace. You're coming home to the stillness beneath your thoughts. That's the essence of quantum manifestation. Not effort, not struggle, not control, just alignment, just trust, just being. And the more you live from that place, the more effortless life becomes. You realize that everything you once chased begins to orbit around you naturally. Not because you're lucky, but because you're finally coherent with the universe. Coherence is the secret frequency of creation. When your heart and mind are in harmony, when your emotions match your intentions, the quantum field responds instantly. That's not theory. It's been measured in studies of heart-brain synchronization. Your body becomes a tuning fork for reality. So maybe the final step in this journey isn't to do more techniques or say more affirmations. Maybe it's to stop, breathe, and feel your own existence, fully, silently. Because in that silence, you're already everything you've been trying to become. That's where quantum manifestation truly happens. Not in the moment you want it, but in the moment you stop needing it. That's the moment the energy stabilizes. That's the moment reality bows to your frequency. And when it does, you'll look around and realize you were never manifesting things. You were manifesting yourself, the peace, the clarity, the wholeness. Everything else, the money, the relationships, the success, they were just reflections. Because once you stop trying, once you truly let go, the universe finally has room to deliver what it's been holding for you all along. And that's when the miracle happens, quietly, naturally, perfectly timed. You let go, and it all appears. Not because you tried harder, but because you finally became still enough to receive it.